Ram Ram sir. I think that's our answer. So, sorry, we are a little lost with the two people. So, how many of you guys have got pen and notepad in this time? Yeah, सबको मिला हुआ है यार ऐसे आधा दिन में and how many of you are actually noting things on the devices? मतलब notepad में नहीं लिख रहे, ऐसे device पे लिख रहे हैं. एक unsolicited advice ऐसा मत करो, तकलीफ होगा.
आगे पता चलेगा.
हाँ आगे. Anyway, so now we always start. So whenever we always kind of ask questions so that we know what kind of audience we are up to. Because WordPress is not only a developer conference, right? WordCamps also have bloggers and stuff like that. But this is the first question. 8 साल से developing कौन करता है? Who's developing for 8 years? 1, 2, 2 ही जन. Okay. No problem. आप लोग अपने को WordPress developer बोलते हो? You are like WordPress developers.
We are customizers.
Customizers.
So we just customize themes, plugins,
Okay. And
functionalities.
customizers. Okay. How many of you are doing it for like 5 years? You are right. Okay, and you are a developer, customizer, developer. So we got one developer in the house, and 1-2 साल वाले कौन हैं? वो doing it since. अरे तुझे तो आपको करना है. Do you guys call yourself developers? I am doing it since 1st January 2017. I call myself a developer.
And so I am developing since like 8 years, and every morning when I work on a client project or any requirement, I ask these 3 questions to myself when I am coding anything. And still, I feel I cannot say myself that I am a WordPress developer. अभी भी मतलब zone में नहीं पहुँचा कि नहीं WordPress developer. I still feel I am like customizer.
28 days, I am a developer. So if I ask you a guy, I have this client who wants to make a website. How many of you are up to take this on as a project? You're up. बस एक ही जन, बाकी सब बहुत काम है.
Budget क्या है?
Whatever, welcome to it. It's a corporate, so budget is not the issue. But are you up to take this on? But एक catch है उसमें. The catch is there's a customization and plugin development. You have to apply the plugin.
मतलब plugin की मोह माया त्यागनी पड़ेगी इसके लिए.
अगर budget बढ़ेगा.
हाँ उसी कैप के आगे और एक और रिक्वायरमेंट है that we have to build a lead management system on top of WordPress. And when I say lead management system, it's multi-level, it goes to different regions. There are sales people A, B, C, D, and that has to be built on top of WordPress. And उसका भी एक ही catch है, plugin है.
Time estimate बढ़ेगा.
वो ठीक है. Cool. I'm happy people are raising hands. अरे super. I like it. So when I say plugin नहीं use करने का, I want to bring this thing upfront that we don't need plugins. In fact, he's gone ahead and built some of them. It's just that there are certain cases where we believe that plugins only add to the weight of the project. I don't want to get into the security, A, B, C, D concepts, but it only adds to the weight.
And also it creates the unnecessary dependencies on the project.
Correct. So a lot of people go ahead and say that WordPress is beyond blog. How many of you agree with that? Quite a few, right? But when I look on internet, there are 11 lakh search results that go ahead and say that WordPress is beyond the blog. Which is 11 lakh लोगों ने कुछ तो लिखा है. Someone has 11 lakh people have written something that it is beyond the blog. WordPress beyond CMS? How many of you agree? Well, there are lesser number of people. Okay, now the numbers are rising. Well, there are 30 lakh search results about that. So 11 lakh लोग सोचते हैं, 11 lakh people think that it is beyond blog, but 30 lakh people think it is beyond CMS. Now, people who have actually built something beyond blog and CMS. 1, 2, 3. Can I get a bit of idea on what you guys have done?
I basically built a application based on WordPress. It works on iPhone as well as on Android. So we basically use the WordPress API and the WordPress interface.
So it's basically a CMS that drives the application.
Yeah.
So it's again a CMS.
No, not necessarily, because on the WordPress I have a different system. I have used WordPress and it basically connects people to exchange things. It basically barter system.
So that works on a plugin of WordPress.
Yeah, it works on the plugin.
So that's not pure log. Right? So that's the crux of this talk. That when we build something, yes, plugins are indispensable, and we love WordPress. Personally, also we love it. In fact, I have implemented one for our client. So I will go back to him. That's a good start. We'll talk about it. So a little bit of sarcasm here. When we were trying to find out what people have built over WordPress beyond blog and CMS, we found number of people who are less than number of families who live in Art. Art is like a small little village outside Udaipur. There are 78 families living. ये सर्कल में, ये इकोसिस्टम में हमको 78 लोग भी नहीं मिले जिन्होंने CMS की बिल्ड बनाई. And I don't know why that happens. I mean, we are all brilliant developers here. We've got people like Dave, we've got people like Amit Kumar in our project. Awesome devs or something, right? There are amazing projects that are coming up, but there are very few. And what is stopping it? That's the question that we ask. So maybe there are reasons like timeline constraints, budget constraints. पहले बोला ना, time बढ़ जाएगा, पैसा बढ़ जाएगा. Or maybe we love plugins or themes, customization, right? So that's the approach that most of the people I've seen taking. Or are we still trying to understand how WordPress works internally? I mean, WordPress, there are posts, there are
custom posts, tab, taxonomies, queries, hooks.
those are चीजों के beyond, I don't know how do we do that. But should those things differ us from venturing out? If our knowledge is limited to posts or pages or categories, should it stop us from venturing out? How many of you came to WordCamp Udaipur by knowing exactly what is going to happen in Udaipur? None of them, right? You guys just like took a chance, right? जाके देखते क्या होता है. It's the first WordCamp. I mean, these guys have done a brilliant job in doing that. But all of you took a chance, right? कोई तो बोले यार तुमने यार नाश्ता करो नहीं करा
ज़्यादा लगा दिया.
वो भी एक प्रॉब्लम है. So if you guys are ready to take a chance to come out to WordCamp Udaipur and see what's happening, if you guys are ready to take a chance on, let's say, buying up a theme for a client and then seeing it customized होता है नहीं होता है, then why are we not taking that risk in going ahead and doing other products? मतलब 2-4 दिन के हाथों पे, right? So many were WordPress developers, only 2 or 3 people got ahead and said that हाँ मैं lead management system बनेगा. So coming back to a little bit of self-proclamation nonsense that we are ideally not supposed to do, but Ajit here is a WordPress developer. I am a designer. I don't understand shit about development. एक दो बड़े words आते हैं, इसलिए मैं तुम्हें लोग बोलने देते हैं. But I am a designer practically, and we've built a lead management system together. We've got together. We've built a lead management system. We've built an event listing on WordPress without plugins. So this whole system was built without plugins, and a lot of people go ahead and tell us that इतने सारे event plugins हैं, why did you go ahead and build it on your own? Is because we found all the plugins, whatever plugins we checked out. We're not saying that they were bad, but we had a thing that the site has to load within 3 seconds. That was a mandate from the client, and none of the plugin was letting us to do that. The moment we were adding the plugin, we were hitting the threshold of 3 seconds, and we were going beyond it, which is the reason we went ahead and built the whole thing on our own, because we had to meet the threshold of 3 seconds. We didn't connect from Mahindra ID, upfront goes to Happy Tools. These are some of the projects that we have done. User onboarding with another extra achievement. हमने इसे किया था, but all of these things that we've done were without plugins for some or the other reasons. किसी project में हमारा timeline का threshold था, किसी project में our client was hell-bent on कि I want the flow to work like this. मेरे को my business has X, Y, Z data first, and that is why it has to work like this, which did not fit into any flow of the plugin. That is why we had to go ahead and build things alone. And that is why we are here to share how we did that and how other people can do that. And here I am also clarifying that we are not advocating to not use plugins. but we're trying to advocate that if needed, because I'm a designer, except for Ajit, there are one or two more developers जिनके साथ मैं काम करता हूँ, but I'm most comfortable with Ajit because Ajit tries and understands the requirements that I have, and he's open to go ahead and go out of his comfort zone and do the development. जब दूसरा developer वो बोलता है, जैमिन यही plugin है, this is how it's going to happen, इसके सिवा नहीं होगा. So I'm trying to advocate that as a developer, business requirements are different, so maybe you guys should go out of that comfort zone. Now the best part is it is not rocket science. It is really, really simple, and it lays down the 5 things that we have narrowed down, right? 5 चीजें हैं जिसकी वजह से ये हम दोनों कर पाते हैं. सबसे पहला था confidence. और ये confidence को ना हमारे में we don't have the confidence on ourselves, we have the confidence on WordPress that WordPress will be able to do this. There must be some or the other way जिसकी वजह से WordPress होगा. And let me tell you, इसकी वजह से there are times when we have gone ahead and told clients, sorry boss, the project is delayed, 15 दिन बाद delivery मिलेगी, but ये तुम्हारा काम is gonna happen like this. Now why do we have this confidence? Ajit has given me this point that it is very easy to code in WordPress. So 1st January to 28th January, I started learning WordPress, I started writing on my own, and I have written 7 Visual Composer elements on my own without any help from Ajit. So I agree to that point. WordPress is very easy to code, it is very flexible, the community is amazing, training and resources are really good. I mean, not only the codex side, there's also.
So yeah, I want to add in something. So normally there are people, they are like, I want to start learning WordPress, where I can find the resources, where I can get the videos. So they don't have to go out and search for, like, they don't have to go out to 10 websites and subscribe for videos or look for the blog article. WordPress.org itself is good enough to give you all the resources, right from videos to articles to written material, their handbooks. You need to just go on their website and go through everything. You have everything.
Now, training resources. Now, we've always delivered but anyway, so training resources. Now, all of these things have helped me learn. So when I was making the Visual Composer has one of the most I think it's one of the most undocumented plugin for the developer because उसके अंदर बहुत there's like very little amount of data that has been built, and I don't know how I figured my way out, but that was Stack Overflow which helped me. So it's like training and resources में जैसे बोला he always advocates that Codex is the best, but when I look at a guy like me, मेरे को थोड़ा Codex कम समझ में आता है. So I go to Stack Overflow because it gives me like ready-made snippets. Don't do this, do this, do. So Stack Overflow and stuff like that.
But end of the day, everything comes from the Codex.
Correct. So then the second most important thing is being in touch with right people. So this is one thing that I don't think I'll have to teach all of you because you guys are here at work, right? You guys are not sitting at home thinking, scratching your heads, capital. You are here and you are meeting amazing people like Prathamesh and Hardeep and people reading about us. I don't know why you guys are saying something. Yeah. So amazing people. So again, a little bit of self-looking. I love WordPress because Ajit can make anything in it. मतलब मैं बोलता अजीत ये बनाने का है जब मैं 2 घंटा एक ब्लैक कॉफी पीता हूँ फिर सोच के बताता हूँ and that's when he comes back after that black coffee comes back. Ajit writes anything because I love and I sell WordPress everywhere. That's my job. My job is doing jobs. So I sell WordPress everywhere. So Ajit बनाता है. This is the reason why it is very important to find the best amount of people. मेरे को मेरा दोस्त मेरे स्कूल में मिल गया जो मेरे लिए अच्छा WordPress लिखेगा. उसको एक दोस्त मिल गया जो अच्छा बेचेगा. But how do you guys? I don't know if you guys have not hit that sweet spot. How do you find that? Maybe you would go to WordPress FB groups, Twitter, Slack groups, WordCamps, meetups. These are some of the examples. Like Hardeep has been trying so much to do things in Kanpur, right? Yeah. And also in Hyderabad, right? And the community is growing. I mean, it's like one boy, and he's a teenager, and he's put in so much effort. और उसकी वजह से there are like 2 cities जिसके अंदर the community is building and people are learning WordPress. So these communities are very strong. So we advocate that you become very active in these communities. It's not only about going, attending WordCamps, it's also going meeting, attending the meetups, and also being a part as a speaker or a person who would explain how to use things or how to do things. Just Isabella came in, it was not a very technical talk, right? It was a very blog related talk. Just whether he came in and she talked about how to create Hindi blogs. And these does not require technologies. These are like non-tech products. Now the third thing is a little tech related. So jitne non-tech knowledge you guys would tune out a little, but the third thing is what I would hand over the thing to Ajit, because it's very development, but it's about knowing important things about WordPress. And I would suggest all the developers who should tune in. अपने Twitter छोड़ दो थोड़ी देर के लिए. That's important, but this won't be more. Yeah. So knowing important things about WordPress, Ajit would take you through that.
So when we talk about WordPress development, people are like normally setting up their local environment, working on web and everything. So only two things when developers see that they see on the website are the download button and the extend section where they can find the plugins. So if you want to get into the WordPress development, if you want to go beyond it, if you want to build great things with WordPress, you need to leave these sections and go to the codex or developer handbook, because there is the real juice, where WordPress tell you how you can customize and make WordPress your own, how you can build great things on top of it. So when I started development, I figured out a few things which I thought, okay, these are my like these are my ace cards. I can use them anytime, anywhere to create anything. There are lots of things, but I picked few of them which I am going to discuss now. So to support that, we are going to take the example of something that we have built a while back so that you can relate to it, rather than everything being in air. So I would like Jayman to give you an overview of the LMS system that we have built.
So these are like some of the screens of the rating management system जहाँ पे हमको city लेनी थी और city में उस particular बंदे का email contact address लेना था, and that email was, so this is the guy who is supposed to take care of that region, and this is the guy जो उसका boss है, और इसके boss के अंदर उसके section में उसके boss का नाम होता था, and then we got the tracking ID, the person who filled in the form, उसका email address, mobile, city, stuff like that. And then they were like, I would like to receive the brochure, I would like to visit someone from sales to visit me, I would like to inquire about the product and stuff like that. And then we also had a graph that used to tell the status of every element. And the catch was that, let's say Mr. Mumbai region was supposed to act on this in 7 days. If this guy does not, then it would automatically go to Sharma ji. Then if Sharma ji does not act in the 7 days, it goes to Verma ji, and then so on and so forth, till it goes out to the Delhi headquarters, which was, I think, 8th thing in the line, 7th or 8th thing in the line. So there was like auto escalations and stuff like that. So we kind of, this is what the LMS was which we do on top of WordPress. Now, how we did that, what we used, is what Ajit will tell you.
So before we get into that, how many of you have been working with vanilla PHP before coming to WordPress? Cool. So how many of you working with other general PHP frameworks apart from WordPress? Anybody? Okay. So when we get into the development, there are people who do the customization. They are into like little bit of PHP and little bit of SQL. But there are hardcore developers who want to build things. So when we give them a requirement, they will be like, dude, this cannot be done in this. Where is my ORM? Where is my query builder? Where can I write the SQL queries? These are few of the things that come to their mind. And this is the place where they get blocked. And they think, no, I'm going to use plugin, or I will go and write this in a vanilla PHP, or I'm going to choose my favorite framework. Because WordPress mein bhaiya nahi hota hai, I can't do it with WordPress. They have that thought process. But let's try to map. In fact, WordPress give you all those things. WordPress give you an ORM, WordPress give you a query builder, everything, all those things is there inside it. If you say you want to write a SQL query, yes, there is a mechanism you can do that. So we'll see to it. So first thing is like custom post types. People will be like, okay, it's a custom post type. How I can use it to create my own stuff? Okay, we can create custom building blocks or content types for it. But if we are going to map it to the traditional frameworks or the traditional way we work with the vanilla PHP, so we have this, okay, I want to create a table first. If I want to store something, I'm going to create a table for my module. How can I do that? So in WordPress, we have this custom post type. So if you want to like create something, if you want to create a contest plugin, or if you want to create a lead management system where you want to store your inquiries and everything, so first thing you will like, I want to create my table. So here we can do that with custom post types so that you can create your module. It's like creating your own module, your own blog where you can add data. So these are the two custom post types that we created because our requirement was to store the inquiries and regions. So here are 4 links which we have curated. You can go on these links and find more information about the custom post types.
This is where the devices would not come in handy. Note that. You guys can note it down, take pictures. Hey, that's interesting, and they're taking pictures. I did not think of that.
Okay. The second important thing is like post meta. Like now we have seen we can create the table. Our second thing will be like where can I create my columns to store my information? I need to store it to table column. So here we look at the post meta. Post meta allows you to create those table columns with the custom post type to store all of the information. So here you can see some of the meta that we have created for invoice, that is tracking ID, name, email, mobile, and for region we have this email and contacts. Few links for it.
For post meta.
Now let's come to custom taxonomies. So when we create the tables and everything in different, in vanilla PHP or in different frameworks, we are like, how can I set up the relationship between my 2 tables or 2 modules? So WordPress gives us that in form of custom taxonomies. So you can set up the relationship between, like we have the inquiries, we have the region, we needed the relationship between those 2 modules. So custom taxonomy help us to do that. So here we created 2 taxonomy, one is city and second is status. So like inquiries and regions were mapped to cities. And our inquiries were related to status. Few links which you can have. So here comes the last thing, that is the WP query. So now we have created our tables, we have set up the relationships, everything. We have everything in place. So now our point is like, how can I get that data? How can I fetch it? Where can I write my SQL queries? Because traditionally we think like, okay, where is my SQL? Give me that. I want to write select a string. Or I want my ORM wherein I can fire in the queries or I can fire in the objects and get it. WordPress gives you that in form of WP query. So this is the real thing where all the magic happens, WP query. Be it your website, be it the plugin. So, next slide. So now we can categorize that into 3 types. So first type is like post query. If you want to query a certain kind of data from your table, like we created inquiries, we created region, if you want to get that, you can make a post query which is like a standard vanilla PHP query with all the parameters that you need. Second is text query. Like we created cities and states. If you want to query a related data, I want data something related to this, like I have an inquiry which is placed for X city, like for Mumbai, how can I do that? You can use text queries to fetch those data. And last is the meta query. Like we created those column, additional information for the inquiries, for the regions. Now you have the requirement, I want to get something based on a number, on a name, or any particular piece of information that I added to the inquiries or region. You can use the meta query. So here we have sample of all the 3 queries that we can use. You see these are all the arrays that we have used, which typically most of ORMs have in this form. So first we have inquiries where you have defined that, okay, I want inquiries which have the status published and no pagination. We want all the data. Then second, we wanted to fetch the relevant data for it. We wanted a city, like here one stands for Mumbai. So I say I want all the records for Mumbai city. And then I have this requirement that I want from Mumbai, I want that particular, if I want a particular piece of information, I can filter down that here with the meta query. Like here we have defined the tracking ID. It can be anything you want. Few links again. For WP query, like you can go on this, you can figure out all the parameters and most sample code from the codex or development. So this is a small chart that gives you a quick idea. Your LMS, your taxonomies that we have created, like city and status, post tags that we created, inquiries and region, then the meta and WP query. So just a sneak peek of the screens. This was the main front end from where user input all the inquiry details like name, email ID, mobile number, select the nearest city, and information like whether you want a brochure or a sales officer visiting to their office or doorstep, or they want to inquire about a particular product. This is the backend where you can see the regions created, Mumbai, West Zone, DGC, with all the details. The email IDs where all the leads should go. And this is the main inquiries page where you see the tracking ID that which is auto-generated for whatever inquiries placed, name of the user, email ID, mobile, city, status. So here, what is the status of the lead? Whether they have done the follow-ups or not, whether they have lost the lead or not. Plus the other details which sales team can look at it and take the actions, whether sending the promotions or not. And we had like a couple of dashboard items here, the demographics and all. But these are the two items that we have placed here. One is the recent inquiry, which the regional heads see in the backend. And another is the inquiry status, like what is the status going on, how many we have lost, how many we have captured.
But so, jump down. More interesting now. So, did you guys like kind of make sense out of it? So that was like mota moti we used custom post tag, taxonomy and
Custom taxonomies, custom meta.
So those were the four things that he said were to pretty much build something which either is used as a plugin or we kind of go to a third party software. I mean, what kind of software? Some third party software to do these kind of things. But yeah, this was built only on top of WordPress. There was no plugin. It was WordPress WP installation and the backend. That's it. So anyway, so coming to the fourth point, some bold way, but please chat out. So the fourth point is plugins, and yes, they are important. We don't hate them. Bola gana. We don't hate them. We love them. But so for us, there are certain set rules when to use plugins and when not to use plugins. We kind of bifurcate work into two important things. So one is when we are building some big functionality. This lead management system was a big functionality, but it was a custom functionality, so we were not able to use a plugin. But as I said, right, for one of our clients, Khaki Doors, as we said, we are using WooCommerce. That's a plugin. WooCommerce is a plugin. We are using WooCommerce for Khaki Doors. We are using BBPress for Mahindra Agri. So we are using BuddyPress again for Mahindra Agri. EditFlow is an interesting plugin which I think RT campers would know because it's more of an editorial plugin and it does a brilliant job when it comes to managing editorial work. So again, EditFlow. Yeah, Devin has got this plugin called GiveWP, which is again an amazing plugin to do donations. He's taking care of most of the work when it comes to donations, so we don't require to do things. And the best part is these two plugins, why I love EditFlow and Give, which are non-automatic products, is they've done a good job when it comes to resource management, when it comes to number of resources that we load. I'm a little alien when it comes to sideload theory. So that is when we should use plugins. I've seen people using plugins for other things, which for us those things are no-no, and these are the things which are no-no is UI implementations. I mean, there is a plethora of plugins जो sliders बनाते हैं, जो carousel बनाते हैं, जो
social sharing options,
हाँ, Facebook के feeds लाते हैं. And we don't hate them, but we feel it's easier to self-implement that. And it's even faster to self-implement them. And कल उठ के वो developer ने plugin का development बंद कर दिया. Or maybe the place where his CDN is hosting things, if that goes down, and kind of puts our thing on toss. And this is that half an hour of laziness कि मैं खुद का code क्यों लिखूं? मैं plugin डाल दूँगा, activate कर दूँगा, हो जाएगा. But that's half an hour of work, which would save us from so much this thing. I mean, I don't want to pinpoint any particular plugin here, but there is one plugin that I really hate when it comes to backend customization, but I will not name it. But kind of lists everything in one page, and there are like hell lot of check marks. उसमें एक check mark करो तो ये section दिखना बंद हो जाता है, and then you do the other check mark and something else happens. But I mean that's not the thing that you should do with the plugin. I mean you have to write like 4 lines in your functions.php to do those changes, right? So I believe you should not use plugins. Social implementation is the same about Facebook or whatever. So those are things where you should avoid plugins. You can use plugins when you have to build big functionalities like so let's say if you have a client who says that tomorrow I go ahead and build a big page which would have its own design. Every page would have its own design. That is when I would go ahead and use a page builder like AwesomeWeb or Visual Composer or whatever those things are, right? And that is the time when you go ahead and build a page builder plugin. But you know if there are only 2 templates or 3 templates, I would go ahead and build a theme. Again, there is one more thing that I want to add into this is when we use these ready-made themes, they come in with lot of files. ऐसा वाला header, this carousel, that carousel. Do we need the revolution slider in that? Because every theme ships with revolution slider or दूसरा कौन सा slider होता है? 2 slider होते हैं. हाँ? हाँ, layer slider, correct. I mean, every theme has those 2 plugins. Do you need them? If you don't need them, just strip them off. Remove them from your ready-made. The theme में आता है, there is nothing you can do. But if you can remove them, it is going to at least save something. Also, there is one thing that I've seen is repetition or loading of resources. Let's say if I'm using plugin A, who's also downloading Font Awesome, and plugin B, which is also downloading Font Awesome, both of them are going to load. So why don't we go ahead and reallocate those resources? Download that once and then use it in the plugins. These are the things which would, these are small lags which would slow down your site over a period of time. These are the things. This is the reason why we say plugin charge जरूरत है वही use करो या नहीं वो मत करो. Now the 5th and the most important point is backups. So the major problem that we've seen is clients are a little lousy when it comes to giving out retainers. पैसा खर्चा होता है, right? I mean, who wants to spend money? सस्ते में कर दो. Backup का थोड़ी पैसा होता है. So we developers we go and say पैसा नहीं दे रहा तो why would I go ahead and take a backup? You're not paying me for that. I'm not going to take that. But if you are responsible in your agreement with the client, in your contract with the client, if you are responsible for the site, no matter the client is paying you or not paying you, it becomes our ethical responsibility to make the site. Because this is the common scenario if you are not using a good hosting guy. Okay. So we've got some good hosting people out here, right? Host triples and everyone, right? We've got some good hosting guys, and I think we're using one of them. I don't know whoever. So we're using one of them, and they're pretty good at it. But at the same time, we also use some other who's not GPL, so I'm not going to name them, they're not GPL. But we use them also. But for those guys, we take care of all the backups. So yes, so we hacked sites for one of our clients called Endemo India, which came back to us. So in the other site hacking it, what did we do about that? And that is how the project came to us. We fixed the site, and then we were maintaining the site. But we did that for 4 years. Everything was fine. And then they said that our management has changed. We're not renewing the contract. So we lost the project. और उसके 7 महीने बाद the site went down. So आप उस चीज के बाद our time was 15 minutes. Even after stopping the maintenance, we had the latest backup with us of that site. We had told the client, no problem. We are going to maintain the backup. This is going to go out from the system because we need to maintain this backup. Because we know if not today, tomorrow your site is already hacked. It's going to again fall down. And we did that. In 15 minutes, we got the site up. 4 साल मेंटेन किया, मेंटेनेंस का टाइम हो गया, उसके बाद भी we did that. But that's the important things. These are the 5 important things. First is confidence in the platform that you are working in. Second is meeting the right people. So the best man walks into the room, Rahul Bansal in the WordPress community. I mean, everybody befriend him, छोड़ना और उसको. He owns the VIP agency in the country, in Asia. Yeah, so meeting the right people. So the best man, the rightest man is into the room right now. The third is knowing what really is there in WordPress. Fourth is knowing when to really use plugins. Plugins are amazing, but they should be used and not abused. And the fifth is the backups. ये 5 चीज हमारे काम आती है. हमें ऐसा लगता है it would work for you guys also, and that is why we made here. And it's really my project. बाकी we lack that thing. That's why we are. Any questions? एक गया, 2 गया, 3 4 तो चलिए.
Not using, avoiding plugins, I would say is important, and we should avoid plugins. That is good. But I also came to know that one of the main themes or important part of discussion was loading the site quickly. You said that you thought this thought came to your mind that we should avoid using plugin as much as possible because you wanted to load the site quickly, right? So my question is, with the help of CDN networks, domain parallelization, as well as avoiding server latency, it is easily possible to load a website in maybe a second, 2, or at least less than 3 seconds. How would you
bypass the 10 resource pings at one time, finish होने के बाद ही दूसरा 10 मारूंगा, right? That's the basic client side.
No, that is where domain parallelization comes in place. Like if you are dividing the images are coming from a subdomain 1 and JS is coming from subdomain 2 and such like that. If you are having maybe 4 or 5 subdomains, that is where if you have maybe let's say 500 queries, you can divide them with 5 subdomains, and that is where domain parallelization takes place, and you can load a website which you can say takes maybe 10 seconds. You can load that in 3 seconds also. So my question was that in this age, it is possible to load a website in 3 seconds even after using a lot of plugins. Okay. The second point is we can save a lot of time using plugins. Then why not we use them, and if even the site.
So yeah, I would like to add on. So like saving on time, because there are scenarios when you think, okay, this expires. I guess that was the last scenario, like Kati worked on. We were like, this plugin can solve our work. So we spent almost 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, and then we were like, no. And now that we have to customize lots of things, and it's like putting restrictions and all. So rather than saving the time, it almost took us 6 hours, and then we did the custom implementation within 2 hours.
So to add to it, so I agree to your point. Plugins do save time. That is why that is what the reference, right? No doubt about it. Domain parallelization, I think he's the better guy to tell about that. मेरे को I don't know shit. मेरे को इतना मालूम है 10 resource ping आता है, उसको पूरा होता है, तो दूसरा होता है. ठीक है. Parallelization में होता है, ऐसा होता है.
So I agree with what you say.
नहीं, but that comes in with 2 problems. For me, it's a psychological problem. I would spend 2,000 rupees extra, buy 4 more domains, but be lousy in it. Because I am very clearly, blatantly saying that 4 बार conversion load होता है तो होने देना, मैं 4 domain से load करेगा, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? I'll keep my site first. Is that the best way to go? I don't know.
No, not buying 4 domains. I am talking about subdomains actually. They don't cost you.
I don't understand that.
He might be knowing about it. Subdomains don't cost you anything, and most of websites which are having heavy resource usage are using CDN. That's a very basic.
Obviously. So it's not even heavy sites. Eden Connect is using a CDN. It's like a closed group, 200 people project, but we're using CDN for that. Agree, no doubt about it. But I feel that's lousy code. I don't know. That would be personal.
So when you talk about the big plugins, so it's okay. When we talk about performance, it's a valid reason to use a plugin.
Yeah.
But there are small few things like we want to add a social media plugin.
Yeah, that's
social media
I completely agree with you.
So again, I'm adding an overhead to the entire development.
Yeah.
I'm adding the dependencies and all extra resources. It takes away the control from my hand. Like there will be like 10 JS loading
to make my question more specific, I am not talking about. Let us suppose I'll give you 2 examples. examples. One example is we recently had a client who was using on the homepage there were social media icons, and clicking on that you can visit his social media page. Let us suppose it is Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and he was adding that with a plugin. With a plugin, the icons will be added in the footer, and you can add your link to it. Now, simply you can make a sprite image, and you can also save links to it. It saves you a lot of resources, and you can say plugins can be avoided. That is scenario one. What you are saying, I understand that. The second scenario is, I'll take the scenario of your presentation where you made a lead management system. I don't know how much customization you did in this, but yeah, there are a lot of lead management plugins available, which can be easily customized if we know how it works, or how is the flow, or if it matches the requirements. In that case, we can really pick them up. What we call it is plugin foiking. You can say foik a plugin, customize it, and save a 10 days time, complete that in 2 days. That is what my point is.
Yeah, that can be done definitely. So, but that will add another learning curve to understand the plugin.
Yeah.
And end of the day, we are going to customize it. We are going to just twist and turn, make all the changes and everything. So why not start something from the scratch, which we have complete control over it? Because over time, clients get too specific, and plugins are like catering a wide audience.
So when I come from the business side, there are two scenarios to it. I think we are overflowing at time, right? We'll just take one more, finish this, and then we can take.
That's fine.
So there are two scenarios when I come from the business side. एक होता है client जो they make the site, and they say my content is ready. Now I'm not going to invest money into this, and I'm going to use this. Good, bad, ugly, I love it. This is my baby. This is my wife. I'm going to use this. Okay. So for that client, whatever you say, plugin, pointing, taking up a plugin, customizing, it's done and dealt with. But now this client that we work with, he's our retainer client. I know he's going to make my life hell if I'm not going to build this product well, because I have to maintain, nurture this as a baby for next 5 years. So for us it was a better deal. I know मैं plugin लेता, मैं बनाता. I would have done this in 8 days. Ajit did this in 10 days. We built this in 10 days.
Agree. Like in a long term, if the perspective is long term and you are going to build a lot of things in it, then it's always better to customize it.
So, so as you said, right, we don't take plugins, we love it, but there are places that we use that is where we don't use. Well, I mean, I prefer the other speaker plugins.
We can continue the
Yeah.
question answer. You can find them in the chat.
Anyway, yeah.
Sure.
Super. Thank you so much.
Thank you.